there planner friends, it's Chloe here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing how I've gotten on with the brand new Filofax Camden organiser. I've been using this planner as my work planner for the past 6-7 weeks. I got it set up in early April. I shared my unboxing video as well as my full review video, so they're on the channel if you want to go and check them out. But yeah, if you're interested to know how this has survived being my work planner, then keep on watching. So as I said in the intro, I've shared a couple of other videos about this planner. My last one was a full review where I hadn't set it up. I was comprehensively going through every single aspect of this video. Every aspect of this organizer. Now I did set it up shortly after that to use as my work planner. So quick behind the scenes, I work as a home design consultant, so this planner comes in and out of my bag every single day. It goes to appointments with me. I'm often walking around people's homes taking notes or going into meetings and taking notes. So this isn't a sit pretty on the desk and it just gets opened in the morning and barely sort of touched. This is, it takes a lot of, not beating, I'm not rough with it, but it does take a lot. I do demand a lot from it, let's just put it that way. So if you're interested to know the details about this planner, as I shared, that will be in my previous full review video. I'm not going to talk about all of the features today. I'm just going to show you how I've set it up and how it's been going. So inside, I've set it up quite simply. I like a little bit of deco, not too much, but just a little bit that's going to spark joy. And before we go too far with this, like talking through the deco, I am so sad because I had the little Colour Cafe Sparkle planner magnet charm in the rose gold, which was kind of perfect for this green and pink vibe that I was going for. And I noticed last week at work that I've lost it. I'm so gutted. All I've got left is the little magnet thing in the pocket in case I do locate it. I've been through my bag and everything. Yeah, I'm really gutted. But anyway, so in terms of the setup, I have kept it quite simple, just a few touches of deco. I've got a little block of paper post-it notes for just jotting down little things. I've got my business cards. This is, and I've stuck it on a little bit of a post-it note to give it some height in the pocket, but this is just the Traveller's Notebook, their trip or have a nice trip collection, or the Tokyo trip collection, I can't remember, but that's that little sticker there, which I thought goes quite well with the pink and green. This is a it's like an affirmation card, but it's a biblical affirmation card from, I think it's Shamila Joy on Etsy. So again, the pinky, purpley, mauvey tones with the greens. I thought that that was a really lovely combo. And then I'm just using an ollie clip to sort of keep it peeking out in place. Now, in my review video, I did say that this planner only has one pen loop, which was going to be a bit of an issue for me because for work I do need, or I like to have my highlighter, and I definitely need to have a mechanical pencil. So one of the ways that I've got around this, as you can see here, I've got a little board. I can't really show that page because it's got customer details on it, but I've just got a little plastic board here with a pen loop on it for my pen. And then I did have this other pen loop still stuck to the same board at the top here, but actually I thought, why not use a this is just a large ollie clip, and put my highlighter pen inside the planner, and that's worked quite well, you guys. I think I'd seen it on, maybe it was Runner Plans, or maybe it was someone else, I can't remember, but I had seen someone use an ollie clip to clip the pen on this side of the planner, but actually because I don't have anything else here where it could go, and I've already got a lot going on, here it sits quite nicely and it doesn't interfere with the rings. If you can see in there, it just misses the rings. So that's a little top tip if you want to get another excuse me, writing implement into your planner without doing the sticky pen loops, and you have these Ollie block clips. Although I am thinking I might get a jumbo one, just because, I mean, this works, but I feel like a jumbo might just give me, I don't know, it works. I'm just looking for an excuse to buy something, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking like a nice jumbo pink one, but we'll see. And then can I show this? What have I got? Have I got any like surnames? No, we can do this. So this block of sticky notes is from Tiger. I'm sure it's Tiger something else. Flying Tiger or just Tiger, or Tiger in the UK. It's like this cute little shop that sells stationery bits, gifts, toys. It's a real little Aladdin's cave of quirky goodies that have a sort of European, I'm not sure if they're a Danish brand, but they have that real kind of European vibe to them, where they're quite kitsch and colourful and quirky. So this was just a cute little paper sticky note to-do list, so I quite like having that in there for work. And then up front I've actually used a piece of wallpaper. So I did actually cut this from a wallpaper book where some of the papers, some of the prints had been discontinued, and I saw this and thought, oh, this is just perfect for the vibe that I'm going for here, because it's got the lilacs and the pinky colours and the mauves, and then it's got this green. So I'm very much going for the pink and green vibe, which I really love. It's so beautiful. And then this is actually it's just a magnetic bookmark that I got when I visited a National Trust property here in the UK, and I thought, oh, that's quite cute. I can use it in my planner somehow. So it just lives there for now. And this is probably, no, actually this is probably the reason why I lost my planner magnet, because it probably got stuck and then pinged off somehow, and there you go. And then inside, my setup is quite simple. I've just got a clear pouch for receipts. Let's see, what can I show? What have I got on here? Receipts, spare ink, spare lead for my pencil, and just a few other little bits and pieces, so that's always quite handy. And then inside, I mean, I don't think I can show a great deal of stuff actually, which is the problem when it's a work planner, but I basically have a section for, yeah, I can't show any of it. I've got a section for an inbox. This section is for my project checklists. I've got note paper section, and then I can show that. I've got note paper section, and then I have, and if you did watch the review, here is the thing. I spotted that one of the rings, the bottom ring, was sort of misaligned, and it is getting worse, because as you can see, I've struggled to turn that page then. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Can you see that if I hold it at that angle? So I'm a bit bummed about that. I'm going to have to try and somehow realign it, but yeah, that is a bit of a bummer. And then in terms of the other sections that I use in this planner, I've got the A to Z index tabs from Filofax, which I use to organise all of my project notes. I know I've shared this a gazillion times before, but if you haven't heard me explain, before I was using like a note paper section in my planner, basically just a stack of dot grid paper, and I would, when I was doing meetings, just use it as though it was a notebook going through page by page. Now the problem with that was that it would become very challenging to quickly find customer notes when, say, they called me up and they had a question. I was like flicking through the pages desperately trying to find where their notes were, hence introducing the A to Z index system, so I can literally file the customers into their own section. So if I'm hopping onto a call with them, or they call me up out of the blue with a quick question or drop me an email, it makes it very quick and easy for me to just flip to Juliet's section and quickly find her notes. And finally, I think one other thing I can share is before I had so this is how I'm organising my time. Actually, no, that's a lie. I use Google Calendar. There's an online booking system where customers can book appointments with me online, and then I have to transfer that to my Google Calendar. But I do still like to have, let's see, can I show a page in here? I do still like to have a timed weekly agenda or a weekly schedule layout for my planner. And how I actually use this is I will note down what I actually did that day. So I have, yes, I can see, or my manager can see where my appointments are, or if I've got any meetings, or if I'm going to be out of the office, because I share my Google Calendar with them. But I don't go to the nth degree of today I'm working on this client's project, or I'm going on the shop floor to promote the service. So that I actually do in here. So I have a log of where my time has actually gone each week. And I got this idea from Rachel in Theory, where she had shared in one of her videos a system where she does actually account for what she did each day. And I thought that that's really a good idea, so that when I'm having a review with my manager and they're like, okay, so you didn't have any new bookings that week, what were you doing? I can come to here, turn to that week and tell them exactly what I had done, so that my time is accounted for. Now, before I did actually have this stuck on a piece of plastic. Actually, I've got it here. It's a little bit messy, and oh, it has a hair stuck to it, lovely. I had it stuck to this plastic board, which, right, so it was stuck on this plastic board like this, and then it was clipped into the front of the planner cover that I was in originally. But to me, that felt quite bulky, and yes, it was quite handy having it at the front, but actually now, and it wasn't too bad peeling it off. It's a bit scummy there, and I've lost a little bit of the things from there, but actually it's not too bad having it in the back and just slipping it in to that little pocket. So anyway, that is the setup. Let's talk about how this planner has survived. As I said, one of the issues was the pen loops, but being that there's only one, and as we all know, because it's not elasticated, it's kind of hit and miss as to what you're going to fit in there. I've got the Uni Ball 1 pen, and that slides in and out of there really nicely. And because it's got that clip feature as well, gives me a little bit more peace of mind that I'm not going to lose it. It's not going to slide out, because I mean, it's not, it does just slide out, so it's not like I'm really having to push it in. There is it's quite roomy. So even with the Uni 1, you can see that there is quite a lot of space there. And then, as I said, I've just added the pen loop for the pencil, and then I've used the Ollie block there. So that is one thing. You'll probably struggle to get certain fountain pens in here if that's what you like, but for most gel pens, unless it's got the sticky barrel, which is the reason why I think I went with that. Oh no, it's not too bad. The Sarasa clip is okay, that works as well. So, but just to bear in mind, something like this Zebra, oh, that's not too bad either. That fits in quite nicely. A Zebra Z grip. Anyway, we're not going to go too much into that, but that Uni 1 does slip in there quite nicely, and I really love the colour combo that we've got going on here. Now, as I just pointed out when flipping through the planner, I have had an issue with this last ring becoming misaligned. I don't even know how that's happened. I don't open my rings a great deal because everything is, even my note paper, everything is slit. So it makes it really easy to take things in and out. The only time I ever take anything in and out was actually when I was setting the planner up and I needed to add my A to Z indexes in and actually start layering things in and figuring out where everything was going to go. But other than that, yeah, I'm not opening these rings on the daily. Since it's been set up, I've not opened these rings. So the fact that it does look like it's getting worse is a little bit of a bummer. All of the others are fine. It is literally just that bottom one where where the pages do get caught on it sometimes. The other thing that was a concern for me was the fact that this planner has these removable rings, and as I pointed out in my review, this is cardboard, and my concern is the longevity of it. Well, I'm not taking this whole thing in and out, so far it's been okay. I'm not going to pull at it too much because I don't want to weaken anything, but so far it has been okay. I can see maybe a little bit of wear here where it's sort of near to the crease of the planner, and maybe when I've got my planner open and there are other things, it might just catch on there and, you know, cause a little bit of damage. And I can see a little bit of wear happening here, which again the camera may not pick up. I don't know that the camera is picking that up very well, but there is the tiniest wear happening along this crease here. I'm not quite sure why that is. It's not as bad on this top edge. There's just a few little dinks in the cardboard, but other than that, I'm not really seeing that funny, like the cardboard is sort of turning, fraying, and that might just be because that is at the bottom part of the planner, or it rests on the bottom part of the planner, so it is taking a lot more of the weight down there, and that's what's causing that the cardboard layers to start curling round and sort of wearing a little bit. So that's the only two watch points that I'm keeping an eye on with these removable rings at the moment. The longevity of the cardboard insert along the bottom edge and this bottom ring. Those are my only two issues at the moment. Other than that, I am really happy with this planner. I love the colour, I love the size. As you can see, it's chunky, but it's not too chunky, even with the mild liner in there, even with the Travellers, this is their free weekly diary, even with those two things added in there, plus the cardboard A to Z index dividers, plus the plastic pocket. There's even a plastic sleeve at the back for receipts. I've got my page lifter there as well. Even with all of those bits in the planner, there's still room to do it up. I could probably get a bit more in there before it's like really having to squeeze that strap round, but at the moment I think that that's quite, it's not bulging at the seams to do it up. The pen sits in there nicely. I've never had an issue with all of these pens in there. They don't clash or interfere with each other. As you can see, there's a good amount of clearance in there between the two pens. It's not having this additional pen, it's not upsetting my cardboard page dividers too much. It's sitting, it's not too bad. It's not damaging them where I've positioned that pen, and that's probably another reason why, although I would have put it up here, I mean, I just felt like this felt a little bit too much stuff going on, but I could have done that and that would have still been fine up there. But actually I do quite like, sorry, when I say that, I'm talking about the mild liner at the top loophole that I've added, but actually it sits in there quite nicely and I don't use this as much. So I'm going to call this video because we've run into, well, I've got some bits to edit out, but we've got to 20 minutes. So if you've enjoyed this, give it a like, and thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now, planner friend. Bye bye.